engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
All right. We got Crypto, Secret Circle, Aztec, and you guys know I'm here, Max here. I'm just really, I was just sharing with Aztec about his last video about Matic. That's just really impressed me, and to think about Matic even more. And I think we should just jump into that. So we were talking before we were recording that Matic is a sleeper. And can you just jump into that? Just take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so much behind it. I think it really starts with Coinbase Ventures being the the main investor behind it. Before they really even started developing all of the different things for Matic, initially the team started with Dagger, and obviously Coinbase has a certain type of checkoffs that they want to see before they invest in something. So I think it really starts from there, and then as the Matic team started developing, then you have Binance and validating them by saying, hey, we want you as one of our IEOs. I think that's like the fundamental base of why they really piqued my interest.
Yeah.
But, there's just so much
forward. Well, your last one, I'm sorry to interrupt, but of course, that's like I think what everybody caught was, you got Binance, you got Coinbase, and just thinking about that, I mean, that's just telling you something, that this is not just your ordinary crypto here. There's something special, and then we kind of know that the developers, and I speak to a lot of other developers like Ethereum, and you can see how they hosted, I forgot his name, Anthony Salsolano. Guys, I just woke up, so right now I'm kind of just trying to remember things. And then hosting Coinbase, these are just kind of like signals to let you know what's coming with DeFi and a whole bunch of different things. But to piggyback what you're saying, that's what we know of. But your video, again, I got to go back to your video, man. I'm telling you, it was just really, really eye-opening in a lot of different ways, where you're talking about the coin circulation when it comes to Ripple, the Neo factor, comparing it, the run that it could go on to. I really just want you to unload on that, because that was, to me, that was a very, very spectacular video, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you letting me, talk up with you on your show. But in regards to what you're asking, I like to kind of speculate with research.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, I know you do a lot of research. You're also well connected, so you know a lot of things. But in general, I like to deep dive kind of into just like charts and historical data and market information to try to see, what I'm working with. So, I mean, it's interesting because a lot of people say, Matic's not moving, or Matic can't move. For instance, the circulating supply is too high. I mean, if they've been around for a long time, you could see like a coin like Tron. I mean, that has a huge circulating supply. XRP, huge circulating supply, and both of those projects went exponential. So that, for me, kind of check that box off, saying, circulating supply is definitely not an issue. And then there's all that speculation behind Neo back in 2017, where they were, huge part of the market, and the agencies, news agencies, were all saying, hey, this is the Chinese Ethereum, and if regulations change in China, then this coin could just skyrocket because of Chinese investors. And I really think that what we're looking at is India's Ethereum, Matic being India's Ethereum, even though it really is actually a part of Ethereum. It's a second layer, but it's like that same speculation can definitely be, I guess, pushed towards Matic, because it has the same kind of functions where, you can have applications being run on it. And if we look at a lot of these dApps that are actually deploying to Matic or working or integrating with Matic, when they do their, pre-sell or whatever, they're actually having Matic used, just like how Ethereum was used for ICOs. Matic is actually used to purchase those tokens that are going to deploy on the Matic network, the second layer. So
that's big. Can you hit that again, just so that, because you're tying in, that's another way that I was looking at it too, like the ICOs with Ethereum. But it's going to be different with the dApps, but they're going to still need the Matic tokens and still run on Matic. So just to hit that again, so people can understand that. Because I think, again, a lot of people, and I'll even put myself into this, where we kind of like, man, this is something really special going on here with Matic, and people are not understanding it. And that a lot of these dApps, especially in India, they're coming onto Matic. So Matic is just gobbling and swallowing them all up. If you could just continue on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been said, different types of sources have said we're like 80 to 90% of the dApps, and they're saying that's conservative. 80 to 90% of the dApps in India are looking to deploy on the Matic network, and that's not even mentioning all of the applications that are moving from Loom, and the possibility of applications moving from Tron over to the Matic network or Ethereum, and using the second layer, because I'll need the second layer for scaling. So that there's a lot of dApps that are going to be moving over to the second layer. It's crazy because, like, I know I'm kind of digressing here, but I mean, I saw in the news, you see Visa wanting to integrate with Ethereum. You see different types of securities wanting to start using Ethereum technology. When I start seeing these things in the news where it's like, we want to use Ethereum technology, or some big company part of the Ethereum alliance, what is it called, the Enterprise Alliance?
Yeah.
I'm like, they may also have to use Matic because, I mean, we already look at it right now. Ethereum's only able to do so many transactions per second. The cost of the transactions are going up. The need for the Matic network is already definitely needed. So it's not just even like the dApps in India and the dApps from all of the already created applications. It's like all of the institutional type applications that are going to be coming, and not to mention like DeFi. And if you look at the other options for a second layer, I mean, they're great teams and everything. You got Polkadot, Starkware, they're great teams, but a lot of their technology is also like possibly a year out. So really, Matic is like poised to be the star to really shine right now because they're going to have all of these applications start moving over very, very, very soon. So, it's like the sky's the limit. I mean, we can look at past history. Like you were asking, like with 2017 and the utility of Ethereum, and to try to speculate on what Matic will do, but it's just so much more than 2017 because that was a lot of speculation, and Ethereum had a lot of utility. But I mean,
They weren't ready. Yeah, they weren't ready in 2017.
Yeah.
They had all these things, but now they're getting ready. And especially you have, like you're saying, exactly what you're saying. All these things that are coming into Ethereum, it's basically Matic is involved there with the scaling and their technology. So now they're ready with this 2.0 Ethereum, and Matic's a big part of that. And then going back to what you started about, you got Coinbase, you got Binance, and then you got the India factor, you got all these things. And then you start tying into what you're saying, and I like how you do the deep dive about how Neo with China, and then again you made a great point about XRP with the coin circulation. That this thing can really take off with the price. And what is your price? What do you? I would love to hear it again from your research. Well, what do you think the price could go for Matic?
I mean, conservatively speaking, you look at just speculation alone, that was Neo in 2017 because, I mean, they had dApps, they had some sort of utility, but I mean, it really didn't take off. It was mainly speculation. And that alone caused like a 46x within the bull market with historical data. So, I mean, conservatively, if we're just looking at the next bull run, usually the next bull run is going to have more players, more institutions. So more money, more advertisements going to come in, equals more people. So equals bigger bull run. So, I mean, just speculation alone being all like super conservative, I mean, we could say 50x, and Matic's sitting around 2 cents now, 50x, that's $1. So we know, like, conservatively, I would, not financial advice, but I think that, I'm being conservative when I say that Matic could definitely reach $1. But then if you look at Ethereum, in the year of 2017 alone, it went up 205x. So that was a culmination of utility, speculation, different types of institutions getting involved. But it was just the start because obviously Ethereum could only do so much, at that point. So, but still, just looking at that with, some utility, some speculation and all of that together, it went 205x. So I think that to be conservative, you're looking at a $1 to $4, that it can reach. But I mean, the next bull run is going to be way bigger. So then you have to extrapolate, like, I guess you would then kind of look at how big you think this next bull run is really going to be. And with seeing the players that are jumping in, I mean, I imagine it's going to be definitely a lot bigger. This may be the biggest bull run I think that is coming for crypto. That's just, that's my opinion. I think this is like where everyone's going to be jumping in. Mass adoption is really going to be taking off. It's that new thing that mass adoption will actually be able to, crypto will be able to actually get to those levels of mass adoption. Yeah. So then that means basically, I guess, to finish up, it could be a lot more than $4.
That is amazing. Now, the hard part too is for those that are holding is just think about from these levels to $4. What would be your game plan for someone who's holding and they're like, all right, let's say it does go and I can see it go to $3, $4. What would be, and of course it's not financial advice, but just to help people. And again, this is definitely not financial advice. But what would be your pattern of 25% here, 30% like taking profits in those regards? Thinking about 1 cent to let's just say $1, $2, $3. How would you play that?
Yeah, I mean, To be honest, I have a lot of different theories of how I would like to play that. I know what a lot of other, much more smarter investors than I myself have said. Successful investors, what they've said they've done. A lot of people, like for instance, there's Ian Bellina. He's a pretty well known guy. He's like, if you 2x, take some profit. If you 10x, take some profit. Every x takes some profit. That's kind of his motto. But I mean, for me, because I really look at this project like it's going to definitely 50x, maybe 200x, maybe 1000x. Who knows? I don't think that I want to take profits when it just doubles or triples.
I'm with you on that.
So for me, what I'm looking at is more living within the ecosystem. I want to take profit at some point, but it's like there's like certain things that I want like to do with profits, but I also want to. If I'm good, it's really hard. That's a really hard question.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And you got to throw into the staking.
Yeah.
The staking part where, I think it's still around 60%. We started around 150%. I don't know where it's at right now, more or less, but I think it's around still 64%, 63%. That's crazy APR. Yeah.
It's probably going to settle around 20%. I'd imagine.
That's still crazy.
Yeah.
20% for a token like this. This is not just, this is what I'm trying to say. This is not, just some, made up cryptocurrency that's just staking. There's so much potential without the staking. And then you're getting, when it settles, when it really settles, it's going to be 20%. That's ridiculous, man. This to me is like, I think people are really, really sleeping on Matic, and they're not. And hey, that's fine. It's more staking for us. We're putting the word out, we're doing things, but when it goes, man. When it goes, it goes. And that's another thing at times. So it is a hard question. That's just trying to.
What do you say?
No, that people ask me, what would be the game plan? And that's another. Like, I'm looking at Matic very differently than other cryptos because, again, you got to throw in the staking. You got to throw in all these other things. Let's be honest. We see Matic going on Coinbase. There's going to be that Coinbase thing that happens, and we don't even know if that just ignites it to a whole nother level, and then people start catching on to the staking. That could just really, really open up things, and then the dApps that you're talking about, the India factor, all these things coming into play, the Ethereum scaling, and then the news blows up. What the heck? And then in the middle of a legendary bull run,
yeah,
and we're talking about 1 cent Matic. This is or 2 cents, wherever it's at. I don't really pay attention too much to the prices like right now.
Right.
Like that's really hard to grasp. Like how do you attack this thing?
Yeah, it's crazy. There was a syndrome that Ian Bellina was talking about recently. He said it's something along its lines. It's a real syndrome. It's called like overnight. It's like, I'm just gonna like paraphrase, but it's like overnight success or overnight extreme wealth syndrome.
Yeah.
And I think that because I'm definitely not like uber rich or like some overly successful. I do well for myself, but like to become overly uber wealthy overnight or a period of a couple of months, which has happened many times in crypto for many people. I think you can have a game plan, and I feel like I do have a game plan. It's hard for me to articulate it properly, but like even if you have a game plan, I know people that like Chico Crypto. He's literally said he held his Neo the entire time through the I think he kept most of his Neo through the entire time during the bull run. He watched himself make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then all the way down to where it's at now. Or not all the way down, but you know what I mean. So it's like no one can really know like when they'll sell or when the right time to sell is. It's like it's hard. It's really hard. I think that I want to take profits, but where I'll really do it is hard.
Jumping into that. That's where that learning process. You got to go through it. And you got to see first, because if it was like your first bull run when it comes to cryptos, and I deal with a lot of people that were not into, for example, that XRP run. I was in there. There was a lot of different things. You got to take profits. Should have taken more profits, but I did pretty well. But still, you learn from that, right? You learn from those experiences. You got to go through that. And then, because I have some people that I do talk to, like family members, that are like, no way, man, I'm going to hold all the way through this and this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see. When you go through it, this is a different animal.
Yeah.
And when you start seeing, one thing I tell people, you'll start to notice that you look around the cryptocurrency for tokens that you might want to like arbitrage, you'll take from one, and then you want to get to another, take profits again. You got to look around and be like, well, there's nothing else that I want to buy into at these prices. When you start thinking and seeing things like that, you're at a level where like, all right, we're really, really close to the top. And I have a a game plan for. I've shared a little bit about 2021. Some people agree, some people disagree. That I think at the end of 2021 we're going to start hitting that crash. But right now we're at in this window from 2020 to 2021 and September of 2021 is where I start to kind of like, all right, Mac, it's time to start playing this the correct way. And then I'll be back in September 2022, God willing, and purchasing on the crash. So I see, this is just my opinion, I see a crash coming in 2022 in the cryptocurrency market, like been seeing. And when you go do the research, you can see the patterns of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. So that's one of the ways I'm looking at it. Again, that's a plan that's going through, that's being, going through the bull market and bear market, going through those things and putting it all together. But again, going back to Matic, it's one of those that could really, really be special. And I don't know. I think people really fall asleep on this one, man. They did fall asleep on this one.
Yeah, the utility that's going to be there and is already there. The staking factors, there's all these categories that are already on Ethereum, like DeFi, Giga, decentralized gaming. You have all these categories, but there's going to be so many more categories also. There's a category that I can't even talk about on this live. Maybe I'll tell you off the air, but I mean, there's other categories out there that I think are going to come out, for Ethereum. And then when you start realizing that there's all these other categories, all these other players, all going to probably be using Ethereum and other chains as well. I hear like Algo has got some kind of thing going on with China. And Cardano has some things, some different governments that they're working with. So I know other chains will also do well once they get to where they need to be. And obviously VeChain, you always talk about VeChain. That's a very powerful project that's well connected. That's going to do well as well. But in general, there's all these other categories, all these other players that haven't even hit the market yet. So then with Matic, I mean, they're definitely going to be that. It's their time to shine, because they're the ones to scale and probably take on a lot of these applications categories.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to close it here. We're going to do it with, again, non-financial advice, because you know how people are. They love the talk, the price talk. And you've already touched on this, but just to reemphasize it and hit it again, Aztec, what do you think? Just in your gut. Again, not financial advice. This is just, he's sharing his opinion and what he thinks. Where do you think Matic goes in this board? The price.
Yeah.
Just for, if someone was to say, give me your best guess.
Yeah. I honestly think it hits $10.
Wow.
Yeah.
wait, we gotta wait. Let me hear that again. Wait, we gotta rewind. Okay. Let me hear that again. Because that one just wow.
My gut, the number that comes on my mind is $10 because of what I was saying before, just how much utility and how much need for this second layer is going to be there, and how I really believe this next bull market really is going to be like nothing. Like I don't think anyone back in 2014 thought 2017 would be as big as it was. Nobody thought Bitcoin was going to hit 20K.
Exactly.
But it's like Bitcoin is going to hit another number that nobody thought it was going to hit. I mean, obviously some people are going to be right. Someone was going to be right, but the majority of the market is not going to be able to see where this bull market is going to go, because that's how every bull market has been, and how the continuation of this market is probably going to continue going. And probably the easiest way to really see that it should go that way is because it's so new. It's so new, and it has such a small market cap. So you have to see this grow because it is important. And for all the other technologies that are out there, AI, 5G, they need blockchain to succeed. And the internet of blockchains are what are going to be able to utilize these new technologies of the future. So blockchain is the future. The internet of blockchains is the future. So this space has to grow for all these other technologies that are out there to grow. And obviously that means that we have to grow. So it's going to be crazy. It's just going to be crazy. So I think $10 is, it's got to definitely conservatively, I think, be $4 in the next bull run, because it's just conservative. It's easy target. And $4 from 2 cents is insane. It's insane. If you're holding a million Matic and it goes to $4, that's 200x. That's $4 million.
$4 million right there.
With
short, I mean,
1K.
No, yeah, exactly. The amount of money and the time too, because people used to like stock market, and it's usually like 20 years, 10, 15. Like a year is not a long-term thing. That's really, really faster. We're not even talking about a year, maybe in 6 months. I mean, that is crazy time. That's what's amazing about cryptocurrency, man. That's what's amazing. But here, you're hearing it, $10. I like it. I like the $10, and then conservatively talking about $4, $3. I mean, that's still amazing.
Yeah.
So that just shows, and again, with everything that ties into Matic, my goodness. I
Sleep road of the century.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this video might go. Be a legendary video here. Looking at it like a year from now, 2 years from now.
My bad, bro. I gotta say one more thing. Another thing that's out there. Like, I'm sorry, 'cause I know you're pressed on time, but real quick, like a lot of things between like you look at like the economic things between like geopolitical things between the U.S. and China. I think that if the U.S. really gets what it wants, it's going to have to replace China. And what you're already seeing is that India is poised to take China's place. You know, for all of the business aspects and the growth that is going to happen for India is going to just be exponential on all levels. So it's like knowing that Maticnetwork also can be the star of all of this growth in general. Yeah, that's a whole other topic. But sorry.
No, that's true. We got to touch on that on the next one.
Yeah.
On the next one, definitely got to touch on that. Yeah. You got a lot of wisdom, man. A lot of wisdom. Just listening to you, you're touching these things. And I'm like, man, it's like you reignite something. I get to see it from a whole different perspective. I'm glad that, I mean, seriously, just for me personally, just to listen to you, man, just to really grasp, again, how special Matic is and taking it out of crypto and looking at it from all these different levels, that, of course, that India, you know, to be like the main player and competing with China, and then Matic can be, like you said, the star of that. That's something, let's touch on that one the next one round. Again, bro, a pleasure, man. A lot of wisdom. You dropped a lot of wisdom here, bro. I appreciate it. I, for one, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for your time, brother. Hope you have a good day.
You too.